Welcome back to the SVU After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. We are breaking down season 21, episode 4, The Burden of Our Choices. Stick around!
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, it's SVU. I'm so excited. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm here with the one and only Taylor Gates.
What's up? Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
It's been months.
I'm so excited.
I'm really happy to be back. Before we jump into the episode, let me remind everybody of how we do things here on the SVU After Show. If you find yourself in any situation where you need help, we have a hotline for you. It is the RAIN hotline. It is 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. 4673 spells out hope.
Yeah, that's easy to remember, guys.
Okay. So that is a hotline we are giving to you. Also, sometimes these episodes tend to go dark, so we tend to go light. And that's something you should be aware of. If you were in a situation at any point similar to this episode, then our after show might not be for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's start there. Let's jump in. New season. This is the 4th episode in. What do you think of this episode?
I really liked this episode. It definitely did feel like season, 13 through 17, which makes sense because we have Warren Light back. So I was like, okay,
wow.
yeah, I imagine that. But it felt very almost nostalgic for me. And we have new people coming in, which is very exciting and different roles. And so I love it when we kind of change it up and get some fresh blood inside, especially when the character is as cool as our new character.
Yeah, I loved this episode. I thought it was super fun. It had a lot of crazy moments.
Yeah.
But I agree about the new character. I was just complaining that we don't have a new character, that not only do we not have a new character, but we moved one of our characters to a different department.
Right.
So I was happy that she was there.
Me too.
Let's talk about our new character.
Yeah.
We've Detective Tammin?
Yes, Kat is what I always just refer to her as.
I'm not sure that Tammin is the correct pronunciation.
So Kat.
Kat,
With
it
Kat.
is. I love this new cop. We met her very quickly in the first episode. She was amazing. And I remember shouting, add her to the team.
Yeah.
And then they did.
Yeah, she's cool. She's fun. She's young. We have that kind of almost rookie energy again. Obviously, she's been doing it in other departments, but she's new to SVU, and I always love to see how people kind of adapt to SVU because it's a completely different ball game. And
yes.
Yeah, she brings so much cool energy to it.
Yeah, so she's ambitious. We see that when she tracks down Isaac. She already found his social. She found the tattoo parlor, and then she got his address. She really got it. She was like, here's information. Also, here's more information.
Yeah, and Olivia's
I found her.
Giving her the tour. She's like, oh yeah, I looked at your cold case and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, calm down, go to sleep. Chill. Get a snack.
Yes.
It's fine.
We also see that she's still very green. We see that when she scares off Evangeline on the streets.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, she doesn't know you. Don't say her name.
I know. I'm like, this is a rookie mistake right here.
And then we also see... that she's very aggressive towards the pastor. I wrote down my favorite
I was here
quotes.
for it.
I
Finn
loved
was
it.
here for it too, which I liked.
He was like, you were great.
You did great. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
She says, the pastor says Satan is responsible for what happened in the court today. She goes, Satan? Don't you mean your client?
Yeah.
So good. But then she's also very vocal.
Yeah.
Which I love. She's not shying away. She argues that Ohio is backwards. She argues that we're getting closer to the Handmaid's Tale. She also attacks Carisi.
I was kind of here for that. I was like, yeah, test the waters.
Testing. She is jumping into the water. Yeah.
I thought it was cool though, especially to see some conflict between them, and it obviously got resolved. So I don't think they hate each other.
It did get resolved. Benson was like, "That's not what he's saying. Calm down."
But I don't know. I like a little tension between the new people, especially when they're adjusting to their new roles.
I ship it. I ship it so hard. I decided right then and there.
Oh.
I went, yes.
All right. I'm still here for Carisi and
Barba.
Yeah.
Yes, Barisi is endgame.
Yeah, but maybe for a second.
Right, while he waits for Barba to come back.
Whatever gets Carisi and Amanda not together, because I'm not here for that, then I'm here for that.
Yes. All right, let's jump into the main plot of the episode. I keep looking over to the right for those watching because that's where my notes are. I just want to explain myself.
We have a new environment. New season to us.
We're in a special environment.
We sure are.
I am incapable of sitting right now, so we're standing. Well, I'm standing.
I'm just hanging out.
All right, let's talk about this plot. We meet Evangeline. So when she hugs her mother goodbye and not the man who at that point we assume is her father,
Yeah.
I went, he did it. I don't know what it is, but he did it.
Yeah, and also, I thought it was either him or the pastor. I was like, both of these are biggish actors and sketchy-looking dudes, so it's one of these two guys. Like, I knew it was one of them.
Let's
I thought
talk
we were
about-
going to twist and do the pastor, but we didn't.
No, I was sure it was him, the father.
Stepfather,
which we then learned.
James
Jim.
Matt Saracen from Friday Night Lights.
Right. Also, he's currently on Good Girls on
Yeah.
NBC.
He's just jumping from one NBC show to the next.
Yes.
Good for him.
I love it. So that's the actor, Zach Gilford. She gets on a bus. I really liked the bus montage.
I did too. I love it. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do some homework and sleep over, whatever. I'm like, you are not. We all know you're not doing that.
I mean, I didn't. I was like, I don't care what your plans are.
No, I
LeBron.
knew she was peacing out. I knew she was not doing what she said she was doing at least.
So the bus drops them off in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
don't
was
know.
just in New York and I went, no long distance Greyhound bus is stopping where that bus dropped her off.
Here's the Statue of Liberty. Like, it's never gonna happen that
No,
way.
it's a gross bus terminal nowhere near anywhere you want to be.
Here's the center of the action, kids.
Yeah, I got. Just because I was just there, I was like, no, I
There's no
don't
way.
believe it. All right, so then we feel like she might be with some mysterious guy, Isaac, who left town, who's a bad boy, who has an arrest warrant for statutory rape.
Upstanding guy.
Yeah, seems great.
Yeah.
So we find Isaac. He gave her a place to crash, gave her the dog to panhandle.
I think I gave her my dog, and I was like, okay.
Right, I don't know that that's a positive or helping her.
We don't really know.
I don't know what that is.
We haven't decided.
Yeah. We find her on the street. Our new Cat, our new detective,
Yeah.
Cat, tries to get her to come with them. She faints. It's dehydration. And then we find out
She's pregnant.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what?
So surprised!
What?
So she came to New York to get an abortion.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't really see that coming.
I only knew that because of the promo for this week.
Yeah, I stayed away from the promo, so.
Smart. So because she came to New York for an abortion, there's issues of whether her parents are coming to take her, and Benson realizes that with a 13-year-old with a history of sexual abuse, it's time to call Langan.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I always love seeing him.
Yes, as soon as she was like, I know a lawyer who's good with custody issues, I was like, Langan! She's calling Langan!
I was dumb. I was like, who's that? But then I was very happy it was Langan.
I love it. So we go to the custody hearing. Her mom wants to take her home, but she doesn't want to go. And then we have the big reveal, and she shouts, I can't because he put this baby inside me.
I was like, whoa. Because it came so early in the episode for me,
Yeah.
I thought that it was a fake out, and it was gonna be it was gonna end up being Isaac or end up being the pastor or someone else. But I was like, okay, interesting. They're not doing, because they do that twist sometimes,
Yes.
where it's
Absolutely.
a fake out. But I thought it was interesting because we got to touch more on the law aspect of it instead of, figuring out the mystery behind it.
I agree. And usually when we have a good story like this where a child is impregnated by their stepfather, you heard me. Then we go into the law stuff. It sometimes gets boring.
Yeah.
But the way that we did this when Ohio came in,
That guy.
so funny.
I can't with him.
Okay, so Ohio shows up. That's what I named this.
Yeah, I don't know what his name was either. I was just guy
He is
from Ohio. Yeah.
Okay, so Ohio came in. They are opening an investigation, or they are charging everybody.
The judge, everybody.
Oh man. I lost myself. Okay, so they're charging New York with arrests for the cops, the DA, and the judge
Yep.
for causing fetal harm and conspiracy to commit murder.
It's okay, aggressive, but honestly feels pretty accurate with some of
So
these lawyers.
funny. So apparently Ohio is willing to open an investigation once Angeline is brought in for questioning because they are more interested in prosecuting or just stopping the abortion than prosecuting the man who raped her.
Right.
Ridiculous. So we find out that the abuse started after her 11th birthday. She said that she was waiting till marriage, and he told her that it didn't count because he was married to her mom, which is I don't
tell
understand.
me where the logic lines up. I don't quite get that.
I mean, at least if you're gonna make some excuse.
Like, make it somewhat logical. Like, as logical as you can. Like, you didn't even try with that.
Right. Like, oh, God told me to. Fine.
Yeah, in this context. This is like that, but that does not correspond.
Yeah, you being married to her mother doesn't make it not count.
It makes it count less. They're married. Like, it's not. Okay.
Right, now it's cheating as well.
Yeah, like. Okay.
What happened to the sanctity in marriage?
Yeah,
all right, so she tried to tell her mom once, but she didn't listen.
that mom.
Oh, so her mom comes in to defend her husband, Benson, and she picks up a picture of Noah, and she says, if this is your boy, what if he told you a horrible lie about your husband?
And Olivia's like, well, that's funny because I don't need no man.
Right.
Okay?
Also, I think Olivia would be like, no, sorry, you misunderstood. He told me what happened to him.
Right. Like, yeah, this is the worst argument in every conceivable way.
But also to Benson specifically.
Right.
Not the person.
Yeah.
Not the person.
Okay.
So Benson says, sometimes the unspeakable turns out to be the truth. Beautiful.
Great line.
Beautifully said. I'm pulling out all the lines for you here.
Thank you.
You're
I know,
welcome.
sorry. I'm off my game, you know?
So the mom says that, Jim was the head of the household. He disciplines her. She's acting out. It's the only thing that makes sense. No! The only thing that makes sense is that he impregnated her.
Right. However it happened, the baby's here, and Olivia's like, interesting choice
However
of words.
However it happened.
Yeah, that's so suspicious. That's so sus.
All right, so Ohio's charging everybody. They have their press conference on the street.
Yeah, we have like 8 million extras just like on both sides.
Oh, it was great. Did you see the 4 handmaids?
Yeah, they did a good job like making that look realistic, I think.
Well, I think the best part is their ability to have handmaids and like not get in trouble.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is that okay?
Well, because we just saw the hats
Right.
and
It was
like
spread.
a little bit of shoulder.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting though too. I was like, interesting how who's not suing you.
I mean, they also brought up Handmaid's Tale.
That's
when
true.
Kat was attacking Creasy.
SVU knows the law.
They do know
in terms
the law.
of their show.
They do know the law. All right, so during the press conference, some reporter asked if the stepfather got her pregnant.
Yeah.
And the guy is like, that has nothing to do with this case.
Except it has everything to do with the case, but okay.
He's like, the baby's innocent. I went, the baby that the stepfather put in her?
Yeah.
That's the baby we're talking about?
Yeah, that
Ridiculous.
is what they're referencing.
So Ohio's arresting the cops for not following Ohio law. Carisi points out that it hasn't even got into effect yet. I think
that's the thing. I'm like, that should end it. Like, it's not a law yet.
No, they're not in Ohio.
They're not in Ohio, and it's not a law yet. So, like, what is the grounds for any of this?
Look, I have 20 seasons of law experience, and I can tell you,
here's the thing.
that's not it.
We know this ain't it, okay?
So we have Hadid there. DA Hadid is in our courtroom arguing that you can't expect a New York court to hand over New York police
Correct.
for doing their job.
Correct.
Yes. And then he says, in his argument, Ohio says that this is genocide. And he brings up Hitler and how Hitler murdered 6 million Jews. And I went, nah, you don't get to make this argument.
That is an argument that's made a lot, though.
Really?
Yeah, so this episode felt very
Tell me,
authentic.
person from a state that I've never been to.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, and I went to Catholic school, and this is an argument people make a lot.
No.
Yeah, I promise you.
I don't allow
swear
it.
on the air to you that this is an argument.
No, I don't want it. I don't allow it.
Okay.
You may not use that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm
Thank
just saying
you.
that this is like actual.
No, I
yeah.
understand. I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of people. No, you can't use the Holocaust for your abortion.
They did a good job handling. I think like depicting I don't know. It felt very real, like the argument, and it felt super timely.
It's super timely. I think the part that didn't feel real, like I totally get this. She needs to come back to Ohio. She's not from here. Our laws matter, yours don't.
Right.
Him going, I'm arresting everybody.
Yeah, that was maybe a little extreme.
Yeah,
but.
that was less so, I think, realistic.
It's a bit theatrical.
It was so theatrical. And then we find out he's like, nah, that's fine. I'm going to take it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Which honestly might very well happen
Oy.
eventually in real life, depicting the
Stop.
future. Sorry, I'm just telling you, I'm spitting
It made me
facts.
so sad.
Yeah.
All right, so then Evangeline throws herself down a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
We're going to jump there.
Okay.
Um,
Whoa, that was bad.
Her mother wants to take her child and raise it as a sibling.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get, except that,
She doesn't want to have it.
right,
Yeah.
that minor
Just a little detail.
little detail. So her mom says that she'll talk to Jim, and whatever misunderstanding this was, we'll work it out. Ooh, I was so mad.
This episode is not called The Misunderstanding. That's a different one. Okay?
It is a different one.
Just saying.
So good.
And we know that's not the case here.
So Evangeline points out that he raped her. And then her mom is like, this language.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
She's like, the dictionary? And
Right. Also, that's what happened.
the definition of it?
Yes. And so the mom thinks that the police would have if they would have let her take Evangeline home, this wouldn't have happened. She wouldn't have tried to kill the child. And she pointed out that she was trying to kill herself.
Yeah, that was like, oh, that hit me. That was so sad.
Did it?
Yeah, that was so sad.
Okay, so my thought was much darker.
Oh, no. I'm nervous.
My thought was, by throwing yourself down the stairs?
I mean,
that's how you end a
she's
pregnancy.
13.
That's not how you... Okay. I'm not trying to
13.
encourage people to do it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying...
I'd hope not.
It's a lot of hard work. Because, like, to do it on the stairs, you have to break your own neck.
Yeah.
That's very hard to do.
Yes. I would imagine so.
Anyway.
Moving on. It's logical. It's
Moving
logical.
on. So the mom says that even if the baby is Jim's DNA, it's unique and it will never be on this earth again. And that she could never agree to an abortion.
Yeah.
And then Benson points out the really, like, key thing here.
It's not.
It's not up to you. Yeah, it's not your choice.
Fact.
But she points out that you can either believe your daughter and leave Jim or stay with him and she'll go into foster care.
Right.
So the decision comes down that Evangeline gets to stay in New York for 2 weeks.
But let's
Yes,
back up. Because
sorry.
we also have this whole thing where she's like, well, Jim's a good man. Like, my first husband was like, who cares?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I zoned out at this part.
Because I was like, I know we're like trying to make ourselves have sympathy for the mom. At the end of this episode, I still kind of hate the mom.
Oh, I have no sympathy for this
Like,
mother.
I mean, yes, it's sad, but guess what? Your second husband also sucks.
Yes, any mother who hears that their partner
Right.
abused their child and is like, nah, that can't be true.
Trash.
Out. I'm done.
Trash.
I don't have time for you. So her being like, my first husband was terrible.
It's like, okay.
I went, that sounds like you made the burden of your choices.
Whoa. And also, like, you shouldn't have that, that shouldn't affect how you view this situation with your
Right,
daughter.
that's not your pregnant daughter's problem.
Exactly.
So anyway, she stays in New York for 2 weeks to get medical services, and that Jim has to be removed from the house, and Ohio Family Services is going to make sure that happens. And we have, it seems like a good, solid solution to this case.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ask if Ohio is charging Jim, and that is unclear.
Like, what?
Right.
How?
How is that unclear?
How is that? Like, literally, I cannot wrap whoa, I'm so mad, I'm so heated.
Go on.
I cannot wrap my mind around it. Like, how can they just not prosecute that?
Lack of evidence?
There's a baby. Well, they could do the DNA test,
but
yeah?
they don't have his DNA.
Well, get a piece of hair.
I'm sure the mom
Get a
has
toothbrush.
it in her stuff.
They're
I'm sure.
that's what
his
I'm saying.
Whatevs. Not the point. So Carisi goes to Ohio and gives a speech about his mother's abortion.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he doesn't go to Ohio, but you're talking about the person.
The person,
like, he stays
the
in
lawyer
New York.
Ohio.
I'm with you.
And explains this story. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. At this point, I was like, Carisi, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with any of this.
It was a little strange, but I part of me like kind of was like, okay, because they're trying to show that like not all religious people think the way these other people do. I think that's what they were going
I think
for.
they were trying to show, Carisi was trying to show Ohio that like there are circumstances.
Right.
Which, to be fair, like the people who think this way, there are no circumstances.
Right.
So I don't know that it was, I felt that it was, Carisi needs to tell some story, some DA needed to tell a story.
To get them to prosecute.
Yes.
Yeah,
and,
I get
And
that.
it was not, It didn't compel me.
Yeah. I'm on the fence about it. I was like, okay, I see what they're kind of doing, but, like, I'm not sure it just, like, quite
He
got
says,
there.
we're not so different. I can't imagine you think it's right that a man who lost his way, who abandoned God or whatever, raped his stepdaughter and got away with it. That's like Carisi's plea.
Yeah.
And I went, what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah, and also just be like, be a decent person.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to be, like, appeal to his side. Like, he sucks. Like, just
Right.
tell him to do it. I don't know that anything, I don't know.
I think that, saying, I agree with you that I think abortion is murder. Not me personally, Carisi. I agree with you. But you also, want to protect people.
Right.
You are pro-life. Therefore,
That's the better argument.
Right, thank
Not
you.
My mom was, like,
your mom had an abortion.
Okay.
Great.
okay, yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you. I think that would have been the better route, but I guess we
Yes.
wanted to flesh out Carisi's backstory, which, okay.
Great. We have some people in the chat. We
Yeah, we
have
do.
Mo, who's saying the mom must have been, I don't know what those are supposed to mean, but drunk.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, I know. I'm not going to say it on air,
Okay.
though, but I see you, Giants' #1 fan. I see you.
And we also have Josie, who thinks that Peter Scanavino, a.k.a. Carisi, deserves an Emmy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's give them all Emmys.
I think they all deserve Emmys. I agree. Greatest show of all time.
Josie.
But Josie also agrees that it was pretty much irrelevant.
But we still stand. Chelsea, love it.
I love it. And then Kevin Jones is also here. Welcome.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks for everyone who's in our chat.
Yeah.
Please remember, we are here on AfterBuzz TV's drama channel on YouTube. You should make sure you subscribe so you don't miss us now that we're on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
And we are known to jump around and figure out other times. So
Yeah, it's nothing new, guys.
Yeah.
We just wanted to keep it consistently inconsistent for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
So please make sure you've subscribed. Also, we're on iTunes and SoundCloud and other places people listen to podcasts.
We're everywhere.
Stitcher, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, we are.
And Spotify.
I think you said that already.
Nope.
I think you did, but we're on Spotify. Just
Whatever,
to,
we're there.
Just to remind you,
Did
we're
I
on
say it?
Spotify. I think
may have
so.
said it.
It's
I'm
fine.
in pain. I don't know what's happening. So we're on all those things. So make sure you've subscribed, like, rate and review. Rate and review?
Yep.
Ooh, I'm
Just
losing
do
it.
everything that you can.
I'm losing it.
to
Okay.
communicate with us.
So the last piece before we get into all the other stuff,
Yeah.
the last piece of the episode was Rollins' baby was baptized, right? Is a baptism?
Yep.
What is the difference between a baptism and a christening?
I don't know.
Okay. Here's why I asked. Because I was writing my notes and I went, is this a baptism or a christening?
Is it just the same word for
I
the
don't-
two things?
Jew.
Guys, hit us up
In the
comments.
chat, please let us
No.
know the difference between a baptism and a christening.
We're not sure.
Yeah, thank you.
I always call it baptism, so that's what I'm going to say here.
Okay. I all of a sudden was like, it's a christening, and then went, I don't know that I know what that is. Okay, so can we have a poll. We do a poll.
do.
For those who are new, welcome.
I love how that was it for the christening.
That's,
They're godparents.
oh
Olivia's
yes,
a godparent.
I did
and
write that.
I just wanted
Benson
to shout
and
out,
Carisi are the godparents.
Olivia's dress was beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful dress. Thank you, costume
Do we have an
designer.
update as to the difference between baptism and christening?
Yeah.
Is it the
Nope.
same?
we're still looking.
We're reading. Okay. We'll come back to that in a second.
Our poll, though.
Yes, we have a poll. So for those who don't know, we do a weekly poll. And this week,
This week, it is favorite pregnancy episode. There are a lot of good ones.
yes.
Despite Yael and I not really wanting to ever be pregnant ourselves.
Right.
We do like the pregnancy episodes.
We do like the pregnancy episodes.
Charisma 607, that's the one. That's also a super religious episode.
Oh my
with the cult
god,
leader.
yes, it's with the cult leader where he's like the
He says, I'll reenact it. He says, I am God, and she
shoots him and says, no one is bigger than
I
her.
really liked that episode.
Yes, I loved that moment.
great episode.
Josie in the chat says there's not a difference. Christening usually just refers to the naming and baptism parts of the christening.
Thank you, Josie.
Oh, it's part of the christening. I get it.
Gotcha.
Cool, thank you.
Awesome. Our second is Babes, season 10, episode 6. My favorite episode. The baby's down a slim pair of jeans. Okay. Best quote, best episode.
Yeah.
It has so many great people.
It has Britt Robinson.
Debbie Mazar's in it,
Oh, Debbie Mazar's in
casually.
it. Yes, casually.
Such a great episode.
It's the episode where
pact.
the pregnancy pact
It's just so good.
It's
just
a great
rewatch it.
episode.
Chef's kiss.
What
Okay.
season episode?
Season 10, episode 6.
Okay.
And then our next one is Patrimonial Burden, season
Oh!
17, episode 7, the Duggar episode.
It's the Duggar episode where the girl's pregnant at her purity dance. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Chastity dance? Purity dance.
The dance.
The dance where she dances with her father and it's creepy. And then she's pregnant and we think it's her older brother. And then we find out that it's not the first baby and it's not them. It's not the brother.
It's a wild episode.
Yes.
And then this one, of course. So right now, we only have 14 votes, but this one is winning. 36%.
Oh. I think it's the Ohio part.
Babes is in 3rd place. Disappointed in you guys. But that's okay. Charisma's in 2nd. Patrimonial Burden. Oh my gosh. Patrimonial Burden is in 4th. I'm going to announce the final results, though, on next week's episode. So go vote. You have until Thursday when the new episode comes out to vote.
Yay!
Do that.
So the poll, we will tell you where that is on Twitter at the end of the show.
Yes.
We also saw there was a deleted scene released.
Yeah.
We're not going to air it for you, but you can check it out. I'll tweet it out and we'll tell you where to find that. This deleted scene, last season there was this idea where Benson, she kind of led us to believe that she had had an abortion, and then Rollins, another episode, is like, well, you made this choice. And Benson's like, I never had an abortion.
Right.
What made you think that? So our deleted scene is an explanation as to what it is that happened. I agree that it should have been deleted. I don't know that it was necessary for the episode.
I think it was nice though that they wrote it in, because I mean, at least in the Twitter sphere, people have been like buzzing about it, like having a lot of questions. So it's nice that they kind of wrote it in to be like, okay, like here's an explanation for it. But
I also appreciate that it was a deleted scene.
it messed up the flow. But it was good that they filmed it, I guess.
Yes.
You can watch it if you want.
And
I
we'll
also
tweet
want
it
to
out.
say, just going back a little bit, I like that it was Amanda that went with Evangeline in this episode, because...
Oh, right. I skipped that.
Well, I just wanted to shout it out because I feel like we hated on Rollins a lot last season because she was kind of not our favorite and not really like super pro-women, I feel like.
I think her
season.
character last season was not clear where she stood.
Right, so I liked that we're like firmly back on track with her now, I feel like, after that.
Yeah, I think, we saw that she supports a woman choosing and making that decision on her own.
Yeah, and I actually liked the talk in this episode about her, like, I worry about my kids all the time. I feel like it felt natural, and, like, I don't know, I thought that was, like, well done. I just wanted to shout that out.
I love it. So I have real SVU news.
Let's hear it.
One of my favorite segments that we do sometimes when the world's really terrible. This SVU news story, I actually tweeted at the writers because I think it's insane. It reminds me a lot of Pretend, which is one of our favorite episodes.
Such a good one.
Pretend is the one where the girl turns out to be
Like
28 playing
and her mouth
15.
gets wired.
Her mouth gets wired shut.
She's like, if you keep crying, you can't breathe. I think it's just so funny for some reason.
It's so
It's
funny.
such a wild ride from start to finish.
So get ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, this is a legitimate news story.
I know which one you're going to talk about now.
Apparently this couple, I'm going to read my notes. A couple in Indiana adopted a girl from the Ukraine.
Indiana?
Sorry.
Well.
Adopted a girl from the Ukraine. This girl has a type of dwarfism, and they abandoned her. It then turns out that they're claiming that she's not a child and that she's an adult, and that she was planning to murder the mother and their other children or child. The mother, it seems, has written a book on raising children with special needs because their other child is, I believe, on the spectrum. If I remember my notes correctly, I will tweet out this article. You can read it. It's wild.
That sounds crazy. I think I briefly saw this headline and was like, interesting.
So the girl might be 30 or 16. She might be 22 or 14. Apparently she had adult features. That said, so the mother said that, like, when she was giving her a bath, she was surprised that this girl, who may be 12 or 11, had a full pubic hair.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that she had no interest in playing with dolls or kids' toys when they adopted her when she was supposed to be 8.
What?
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
That's nuts.
The story is insane. What's also weird is that parents allegedly abandoned her and moved to Canada with their child, their biological child, and like left her at home and had her like certificate. So she came, they don't have like an actual birth certificate.
Okay.
They have something where they did like a bone density where they tested how old she was, and it's inconclusive. And so then when they were leaving, they changed her like paperwork to claim that she was an adult. And then like they changed it back and then they changed it again. It's insane.
That's crazy.
It reminds me a lot of Pretend,
Yeah.
but also it reminded me a lot of one of the ones where like a girl claims she's kidnapped and then comes into someone's life and then turns out to be
Yeah.
the more recent one where she was an adult.
I know which one. I know what you're thinking about.
Not the one with the clover, the other one.
Oh, okay. Because I was like the Clover one.
Not the one with
I
the clover.
love how that's
The
how we
newer
know
one.
it. The Clover
There's
one.
the newer one where it was the brother and she was wearing the sports jersey and then the athlete came.
Yep.
I remember the athlete.
Sports.
I want to say basketball?
Sports.
I
Sure.
got
Yeah,
nothing.
basketball.
Anyway, I will tweet out that real SVU news.
Please do, because I want to read the whole article.
Oh, it's crazy. I read it and I still don't understand.
That's insane.
Okay, let's talk about next week.
Yeah.
And head into predictions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot that was, yeah. Let
That's
me
a
think
segment
of
we do.
yeah, it is.
Predictions.
Yeah, it is. Let's do
Nope,
it.
this is me doing it.
Woo.
We don't
you.
have it? All right. Sorry.
We did good
I'm
enough.
sorry we're in this room.
Hey, it's fine. We're
Okay,
making it work.
this is how we're doing it. So next week, the promo keeps saying it's 3 cases in once, 3 ticking clock felony sexual assaults. That's it.
Okay.
That's the
Because I
promo.
was like, I actually haven't seen the promo, but it sounds like you don't know anything more than I do based off of
I know that there are 3 cases.
And felonies. Ticking clocks.
I don't know. That's what Benson says to Carisi.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep, that's what I know.
Great. I love that for us.
So I thought we might as well just do some predictions.
About like our characters.
Yeah, I predict, I'm going to start. Cat, Detective Tammin.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on her not being in the opening credits,
Oh, no.
I predict that she will not stick around. That said,
Wow.
I want her to.
Yeah.
I would love her to be there forever. I want her to join the team permanently.
Me too. I think because I like just figured she was going to be permanently. I think that so we always see detectives when they first get here like do something rogue or like do something no one agrees with. So I think we're gonna have that soon. Like I'm excited to see her do something like out of left field and like everyone have to deal with that because I feel like that's always the case. You know, like everyone has that one case that like gets to them too much and they like.
Give me an example.
I mean, Rollins had a whole gambling problem. So I feel like there's gotta
I
be
see
a
what you're
character
saying.
flaw maybe
Sure.
not a gambling problem, but like something we uncover about her, or she like, because like in the beginning seasons, like Elliot and Olivia like did some rogue stuff all the time when Greg
Yes.
got mad. Like I think that's gonna have to happen
Okay.
with her because it's just like a rite of passage to work at SVU.
I really like the idea that she does something rogue because when we first met her, right in the first episode, she was like pushing boundaries.
Right.
And we see her in this episode, she is very vocal.
Yeah.
Which I love. So I would love her to push boundaries.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Josie in the chat says that Creasy's gonna have a moment with either Tammin or Rollins, and then a vomity face.
We're here for Kat and Creasy.
Yeah.
Catrice.
Catrice.
Catrice's kind of good.
That's great.
Thank you.
I'm not here for Creasy and Rollins.
I'm not either. It never has felt right to me.
No, because it was clear from the beginning that they were like brother and sister.
Nick and Amanda, when little Nick Amara
Oh,
was there.
that was hot.
Essentially, but
It was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Carisi with Tammin until Barbara comes back and then they fall
It's
in love.
Endgame. And then by that point, Kat will have someone else that makes more
Right.
sense for her.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can fling with them. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love that one. I like that. It's a good prediction.
Yeah.
I just worry that she's too short term. I worry that she's going to do something and mess up and they're going to be like, I can't have you here. Which, if they do, like, it has to be so much worse than, like,
Whatever
Rollins
Barbara
going...
did.
Right. Rollins going secretly undercover, which Benson used to do all the time.
Yeah.
Finn did it in his first season. Oh, it's one of my favorite episodes.
I love like the trope of like secret undercover too.
Yeah.
Because people get so mad and I think it's like And they're just so passionate about the case, you know?
Yes. Yeah, so yeah.
I'm excited to see more of her for sure.
I want her to join the team permanently. I think
Me too.
I was shouting, the last few episodes, we're too small. Our team has never been this small.
And it's time for a shake. Like, it's time for some fresh blood to come in. Like, we haven't had, like, a new, we had, what is his name even? The old lawyer? Peter Stone.
I was like, who are you talking about?
I mean, we had him, but he was, like, a lawyer, too. He wasn't, like, part of, like, the detective team.
I will say, this is the first time, and I'm welcome to be corrected if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. This is the first time that we have had more women than men on our team.
Yeah, that's probably right.
We now have 3 women.
Because Munch left, Craig and we had a lot of people that left.
Right,
too.
we only have 2 men.
Yeah.
I think it's because we've definitely had 3 women before, but there have also been like 7 men.
Yeah, I think that they can, like, mesh well. I just can see this team meshing well together.
I would love to see Rollins and her.
I was gonna just say that too because they have a similar like fire about them.
Oh, I think
like,
they're gonna butt heads.
Me too. Me too. Like they have a similar fire, and I think that's gonna like cause conflict. But I also think that they can like find a cool middle ground. And I think that I don't know. Like Olivia is like obviously doing like captain-y stuff, and it's like very much has to oversee everything. So I think it could be a cool like almost mentorship for Rollins to kind of assume that role because she's been like the younger rookie for a long time, and she's kind of going to her next phase, I feel like. So I think that could be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Josie says, I think it's more like a Dodds type thing where she'll be around for a while, but not in every episode. Then maybe eventually she'll be a main cast member.
I can live with that.
I'm worried. Dodds was
you're
our only death.
Right.
I'd
There was Baby
Dodds. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that, like, I read an article years ago where I believe Dick Wolf said that he intentionally doesn't kill off characters so that there's always a door that they could come back.
Sure.
And Baby Dodd's death, I was like, that's insane. That's what
he's done for,
yeah, that's a big move.
Wait, am I crazy for wanting Nick Amaro back a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of liked him.
I mean, yeah, he could come back, but like...
For a second.
Yeah, the way that like Munch comes in for an episode.
That actor tweets about SVU all the time, so he's so supportive of the show still that I'm just like, I love this guy. Like, I want you to just like come back for a minute.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm still waiting for Donna Logue to come back.
Yes!
Lieutenant Declan
Speaking
Murphy.
of that, like, maybe that's a prediction that we make, just so we can speak it into his existence.
I got a chance last season to chat with Rollins' other baby daddy, Al.
Yep.
George Newbern. And honestly, I want a meetup of those two.
That would be so, like, that could just get so cheesy, but, like, I'm also really here for it.
I mean, also because Declan Murphy would smack him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's gonna get really CW, but, like, I am okay with that almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these are all great predictions. We are so grateful for you all to come back and join us this season. Taylor, where can everyone find you and the poll?
Yeah, you guys can find me in the poll on my Twitter at alphaba_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gaze_.
Yay! You can find me. I will also tweet out the deleted scene and this crazy article everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. We will be back every Sunday at 3 p.m. Very likely for the near future, we will continue with this setup. Because I am not capable of sitting right now.
It's our squad room, guys.
It's our squad room. Josie says Declan is definitely coming back because he's one of Warren Light's favorites.
Speaking of Warren,
yes.
Tamara Tooney's come back for an episode.
What?
Yeah, I saw that on Insta.
Such great news. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please tweet us throughout the week.
Yeah, please.
I will 100% be watching SVU every day, so.
Heck yeah.
That's what I do. Thanks.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.